Start your day with God's wisdom. Imagine waking up each morning with complete confidence, knowing that your steps are guided by God's plan. In a world full of uncertainty, His wisdom is the anchor that keeps us steady. Proverbs 3 reminds us that trusting in the Lord brings true direction and peace. No matter what challenges or decisions we face today, God's wisdom is available to lead us. It is not distant or unreachable. It is right here, waiting for us to embrace it. When we align our hearts with His teachings, we walk in His divine purpose, experiencing true joy, clarity, and strength. Every new day is an opportunity to live according to biblical wisdom, letting God shape our choices and actions. Trusting God's plan means surrendering our own limited understanding. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us to trust in the Lord with all our hearts and lean not on our own understanding. How often do we try to figure things out on our own, only to feel overwhelmed and lost? God calls us to release control and place our trust in Him. His wisdom is far greater than ours, and He sees what we cannot. When we surrender our plans to Him, He makes our paths straight. This doesn't mean life will always be easy, but it means we will never walk alone. Each step we take in faith brings us closer to His perfect will, leading us to peace that surpasses all understanding. God's wisdom also teaches us humility. Proverbs 3:7 warns us not to be wise in our own eyes, but to fear the Lord and turn from evil. Pride blinds us from seeing the truth, but humility opens our hearts to receive God's guidance. The world tells us to rely on our own knowledge and strength, but true wisdom comes from God. When we humble ourselves before Him, He fills us with understanding beyond human reasoning. This humility allows us to grow, to recognize our need for His direction, and to follow His path instead of our own. The more we seek Him, the more we grow in faith, wisdom, and spiritual maturity. God's plan includes provision and abundance for those who trust in Him. Proverbs 3:9-10 teaches us to honor the Lord with our possessions and first fruits, and He will bless us abundantly. When we put God first in our finances, our time, and our efforts, He provides for us in ways we cannot imagine. The principle of giving and trusting Him with our resources is a powerful act of faith. It is not about what we have, but about where our hearts are. When we place God above all else, we experience His provision in ways that go beyond material wealth. He blesses us with peace, joy, and a sense of fulfillment that nothing in this world can provide. Discipline is also part of God's wisdom. Proverbs 3:11-12 reminds us that the Lord corrects those he loves, just as a father corrects his children. At times, we may face trials and difficulties that feel like obstacles, but they are often lessons designed to strengthen our faith. God's discipline is not punishment, it is love in action. He shapes us through challenges, molding us into the people He created us to be. When we embrace His correction, we grow in patience, resilience, and wisdom. Every challenge is an opportunity to trust Him more, knowing that He is refining us for a greater purpose. Walking in God's wisdom brings peace and protection. Proverbs 3:21-24 assures us that when we keep wisdom close to our hearts, we will walk securely without fear. In a world filled with anxiety and uncertainty, God's wisdom is our shield. It guards our minds from worry and fills us with His perfect peace. No matter what we face today, we can rest in the promise that God is in control. His wisdom lights our path, His presence goes before us, and His love sustains us. By choosing to follow His guidance, we can walk confidently, knowing that we are never alone. The wisdom of God is life-giving. Proverbs 3:13-18 describes wisdom as more valuable than silver and gold, bringing happiness and long life to those who embrace it. The world offers temporary success, but God's wisdom provides eternal fulfillment. When we prioritize His teachings, we build a life rooted in truth and purpose. The choices we make today, guided by His wisdom, shape our future. By seeking God daily, we allow His Word to transform us from the inside out, making us reflections of His love and grace. Today, as we begin a new day, let us choose to walk in God's wisdom. Let us trust in His plan, lean on His understanding, and surrender our worries to Him. Let us embrace humility, honor Him with our resources, and accept His loving discipline. Above all, let us rest in the peace that comes from knowing we are guided by His infinite wisdom. As we go forward, may we be reminded that each decision we make is an opportunity to reflect His love and grow in our faith. God's wisdom is our greatest treasure, and when we seek it, we find life, peace, and true fulfillment.